morning, everyone. Mark here with another episode. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm a driver with Chief Express out of North Carolina, so welcome. And today we are in Valdosta, Georgia. So yes, they have actually sent me south for a change. You guys are used to seeing me run north. You don't see me go south any, so yeah, we're in Valdosta, and Valdosta's down here close to Florida. We're only about 15 miles north of the Florida state line. We got us a load of doors that we picked up in North Wilkesboro yesterday, and we're gonna take them over here. We're only about 3 miles away. Well, about 3.5 miles from our destination. Let's see, I could go straight, but I think it might be easier to make this right and go in from the south. But yeah, I picked this load up yesterday. Let's see, I think it was, what time was it when I got up there? I want to say about 1:30. And headed south here. There's no real direct route to get down here. Once you leave Wilkesboro, you can make your way back over to 77 and run that south to Columbia, and then run 20 over to Augusta. And then once you get to Augusta, you got to jump on the back roads to get down here. That's the shortest way. But I was not able to do that yesterday because they had a major wreck in Charlotte on the south side on 77, and 3 of the 4 lanes were closed. And according to Google, it was a 2.5-hour backup. So I had to quickly find a alternate route, and all I could think of to do at the time on short notice was to jump on 85, and of course 85 kind of takes you in a west direction. And there was a couple of roads that I could have taken to have gotten myself back on 77, but I don't think I would have saved any more time, so I just stayed on 85 and kind of went the long way down here. It was interstate all the way, but it was definitely the long way. But we're here, and we got us a backhaul. I forget the name of that town, but it's about an hour north of where we're at now.
Turn left at the traffic light.
The problem is it has an 11 a.m. pickup time, and I am not going to make it. I've already talked to the broker. She told me to call her as soon as I leave here. And not only does it have an 11 a.m. pickup time, it has an 11:30 p.m. delivery time in Greensboro.
In 1 mile, turn left on Madison Highway.
Which I'm definitely not going to make that. In fact, I don't even have the time to get back up to Greensboro. I'm going to have to stop somewhere, take a 10, and go in tomorrow morning.
Turn left on Madison Highway.
So we'll see how they want to play that. They may just take the load away from me and give me something else, but we'll see what they do.
In 3/4 of a mile,
welcome to
1297
Valdosta,
Madison Highway on the right.
a city without limits. That's catchy.
Arriving at 1297 Madison Highway on the right.
Yeah, it's this one. Let's see. Where do I check in? Well, guess I'm just gonna have to get out and walk and go find out. So we'll just park over here. And we'll go ask one of those two gentlemen. Oh, okay, he's waving at me. Where do you want me? Okay, well, didn't even have to get out the truck. They knew I was coming, knew what I got, and directed me to the dock where they want to unload me at. So that's good. Alright, get close enough here, then I'll go sling these doors open. Jump out here and we'll get these doors open and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what happened. They took the other load away from me because I couldn't get here on time. That load had to pick up at 11 and I didn't get out of Valdosta until 20 minutes till 11, I think. So it's an hour and 20 minutes up here. So they took that load away. So I went down to the Loves up here in Tifton, got a shower, got something to eat, and by the time I got back out to the truck, they had already given me another load, and the load picked up at the same place here in Fitzgerald. It's a different load with a different pickup time. This one doesn't pick up until 3 o'clock. It's only 20 minutes till 2 now, so I'm here early, but they did tell me to go ahead and put the trailer in the door. So you got to drop your trailer at the door and then bobtail over here, and then we'll wait for the yard jockey to come over and let me know that the load is done and I can go get my paperwork. So there's my trailer right there. Focus. There it is. Trailer 648, door 9. And drop it over there. And then I'm over here on the curb. So there's all the doors. So you just drop it, then you come park over here along this curb here with the other bobtails, and then they'll come and get me once they're done. So we'll just wait. I'm hoping they'll load this early, probably not, so we're probably going to be here for a while. This load goes to Salisbury. The other load went to Greensboro, but this one goes to Salisbury, and it has to be delivered at 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, which means I'm not making it. There's just no way. So I don't know why they're stuck on sending me here and giving me a load that I can't do. And this load is one of these grocery loads. It's some kind of beverage. And, you know, these grocery warehouses are just, you know, straight up buttholes. And you always have these odd delivery times. You know, this one here is 1 a.m. And, I mean, I just can't get there at 1. It's just impossible for me to do. I've got right now 6 hours and 52 minutes that I can drive. In about an hour I'm going to start losing time because I'm going to be on my 14-hour clock, so it's just not going to happen. So they're just going to have to deal with it and give me a new delivery time. I assume they will probably just cancel it until, let's see, what's today, Wednesday, so Thursday, so Friday morning at 1 a.m. is what they'll end up doing. But I don't really care. I'm here to pick it up. They can deal with it on the other end. So. All right, so we finally got out of Fitzgerald there, and actually didn't take too long. I got there early. I got there, I think, at 1:20 in the afternoon. My appointment was at 3. And they had me done at 2, I think it was 2:35. So they actually got it loaded before my appointment time. That's the good news. The bad news is we're still not going to make Salisbury tonight.
On Highway 441.
The appointment's at 1 a.m. Thursday morning, but we got to be there tonight. So it'll be tonight, but 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. And yeah, but anyway, I'm sure they'll give me an update or have me bring it to the yard or have me sit on it until Friday morning or something. So we'll see what they want to do with it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to head towards Salisbury. If they tell me to take it to the yard, then I'll switch route and go to Seagrove. Problem is getting out of here because there's no direct route up there. So we got to take these back roads here at least until we get to Augusta. So right now we're on 441, and we'll run this until we pick up US 1, and then US 1 brings us into Augusta. And from there we can just jump on 20, run that to Columbia, and then we'll pick up 77 there, run that north. I don't know how far up 77 we'll get, but hopefully they'll let me know something before I get there, and then before I get to 77, and if they want me to go to the yard, I can just change direction and head that way. I won't make it there either, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, that's what's going on. So we'll see what they say. Okay, people. So here's the situation. I picked up this load in Fitzgerald yesterday, and it had a 1 a.m. delivery, which would have been 1 a.m. this morning, and I was not able to make that delivery, and I let my company know. I let them know yesterday around 4 o'clock that I could not make this delivery. So they asked me when I could be there. I said, well, I could be there about 8 o'clock this morning. And they replied back soon afterwards that this place only receives between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. And they said if I am not there by 4 a.m., that I will have to deliver this load Friday morning at 1 a.m., which means I gotta sit on this load for 24 hours. So today is Thursday. I'm gonna have to sit on this load for an entire day, and you can't deliver until 1 a.m. tonight or tomorrow morning. So that's where we are. And of course I'm not getting paid for this because, as you all know, everything is the truck driver's fault.
Take the exit.
If I try to ask for a layover or something, to say, well, if you knew you couldn't make delivery, then you should not have accepted the load. Or, or it was your fault, you should have planned your route better. They always make an excuse not to pay you. So today I get to do nothing and don't get paid for it. But they knew I could not make this delivery on time because they have all of my e-log information on their computer in front of them, and they are supposed to use that when planning a load for me. And Apparently they didn't do that. They didn't do it with the first load that I had. They knew I couldn't pick that up in time. They knew I couldn't deliver it on time. And it wasn't my company that took that load away. It was the broker that took the load away. But then they give me another load out of the same place. And while I couldn't make that pickup on time, there's no way I could have been there at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I had to pick it up at 3 p.m. yesterday and deliver it 10 hours later at 1 a.m. Which is possible, because it's only about 450 miles from Fitzgerald up to Salisbury, where we're going. But these loads here, these overnight runs, these are designed to be done when you got a fresh clock. You know, yesterday I delivered in Valdosta. I was 2.5 hours away when I started that morning, so I had to drive 2.5 hours, get to Valdosta, then get unloaded, and then drive up to Fitzgerald, which means my day was pretty much half over by the time I got there. And then they want me to do this overnight run. And they knew I couldn't do it, and they still gave me the load anyway.
Bypass granted.
But it's my fault. It's always the driver's fault. Nobody does anything wrong except for the driver. You know, somebody suggested that I do a video on the good, bad, and ugly of truck driving. This is the bad. But that's just what you got to deal with sometimes in this industry. You got to deal with crap like this. You know, I don't book these loads. The carrier, or my carrier, books these loads, and sometimes they just drop the ball on you, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. And I have to suffer for it by not making any money today. But anyway, we stopped in South Carolina, exit 22 off of I-20. I didn't see no reason to go any further. It was nighttime, it was starting to rain, so I'm like, well, I gotta sit on this load for an entire day, so what's the point? So we've finally made it here to Aldi's in Salisbury, and you can see we're waiting in line here. Got 2 lines. That's because everybody has the same appointment time, which means we all get to back into the dock at the same time. But I've been instructed to fill out this paperwork here, which just has my basic information. And then once I get to the front of this line, I have to walk over there to that little tiny building and check in, and then hopefully they'll put me right in the door and we can get this mess off of here and get back to Seagrove, and then I can go home. So, okay, so we finally got to a door, but not without a struggle. So I get checked in. They tell me to go to door 67. So I drive all the way around to the back where door 67 is. And there's a trailer in that door. So I park my truck across from door 67 in a, like in a trailer drop area. And I was told to, after backing into that door, to walk to door M3 to turn in my paperwork and you know, get with the lumpers, because there's a lumper fee on this. Well, that door is all the way over here on the other side of the building where you check in at, where the guard shack is. So I park my truck over there in front of door 67, walk all the way over here to door M3, and I walk in there and I stand at the counter for 10 minutes, and there's 4 people on the other side of the glass in this room, and not one of them acknowledged me. One playing on the phone, two checking their email on the computer, and the fourth guy was writing something down in the book, so he was probably actually working. But nobody acknowledged me, so I just sat there, or stood there, and finally one of the lumpers comes in, and he says, "Oh, driver, just leave your paperwork there on the counter, and we'll let you know when we're done." And I said, there's a trailer in door 67. I can't get to the door. So he looks at the guy that was writing something down at the desk and says, "Well, who put him at door 67? We don't use door 67 for these drivers." And, you know, they're scrambling around, looking around, and the lumper's like, "Just put him at door 12, which is like 50 feet from where door M3 is. So I had to leave, walk all the way back to door 67 where my truck was, and drive it back over here and backed up to door 12. So I've been here for an hour to get checked in and to get backed up to the dock. And the light's still green. They haven't even started yet. So that's how my night is going. I hope your night is going better than mine. All right, so we finally got out of that madhouse. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, so let's see, I got there at 10:15. It's 1 o'clock, so almost 3 hours. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you know, my dispatcher told me that since I couldn't make the 1 a.m. Thursday delivery, that I'd have to go in at 1 a.m. Friday. Yeah, that was incorrect. Just another example of people not communicate. People not communicating. I get a call this afternoon, or this morning rather, from the broker asking me, do I know about the about my appointment time change?
On I-85.
And I said, yeah, it's 1 a.m. Friday. She says, no, it's 10:55 Thursday night. And I'm like, what? You know, nobody told me until just then. So again, miscommunication. You don't communicate, kerfuffles happen. So, you know, people just lack communication, and you know, you get in these predicaments like this. But that crap's over. Hopefully I'll never have to see that place ever again. So I'm gonna get onto the yard and get rid of this damn truck and go home. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one.